Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality that you desire, and you cannot help but get that reality. My name is Luke Hawkins, and I've been on this self-transformation journey for about 10 years now. I used to dream of quitting my job as a school teacher and making the biggest impact in this world to heal people from trauma and help them to evolve their consciousness to become the best version of themselves. So I set out on my mission to transform myself and others. And at the end of 2014, I quit my job and started out on my new venture of coaching people and speaking on transformation and healing yourself. It was not easy for me because while I was on this journey, I had to spend weekends learning and studying, taking courses in self-development, in life coaching, and in transformation and learning business. And I used to have to sleep in my van every weekend to take these courses and even assist at other people's courses just so I could learn and master this field. And when I started out in this journey, I remember spending all of my money on this life coaching training, and it took me all the way down to my last $300. And then when I got to the end of that training, they offered me to continue to do the second training. And that's when I knew I was really in trouble because I had nothing and I couldn't afford it on my own. So I had to go to my mum and dad and beg them for money. And the first time I asked my mum, she said, "No way, that's a stupid amount of money to spend on a course. I'm not giving it to you." And after she told me that, I just went back to my bed and laid down on my pillow and cried. I thought, is it really the universe's destiny, God's destiny, to not give me the life that I want? And I was crying and crying. And then the answer that I got was no. It's not God's destiny that I stay in this place forever. And so I went back to my mum and I sat her down. I said, "I haven't finished yet. I've got one more thing left to say." And I looked her in the eyes. I said, "Mum, I will pay you this money back if you lend it to me for this course. I will pay it back. I swear to God. Watch me. Just give me this chance. I will pay it back within 6 months. I promise." And then she looked me back in the eyes and said, "You know what, Luke? I believe you. I believe you." And so then that led me on this new path to working very hard to get to where I am now, spending 12 to 14-hour days learning how to put a website together, learning how to do things on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I remember running my first event and I handed out flyers and brochures to every single person in a shopping mall, spending 10 hours a day going to these shops and walking in shopping malls. For about 3 weeks I did that. And when I ran my event, there was only 6 people that came. And when I ran it, no one bought the thing that I offered. It was devastating. And this is what I had to bounce back from. And no matter how hard I tried, everything just seemed to be a struggle. And I just couldn't get to where I want to be. And I couldn't get out of my job. And I just kept working and working. And I needed to find a way to really succeed. I was meditating, journaling, taking massive action, but none of it was working because I realized all of it was directed outwards. I was trying to force everything, but what I realized is I needed to do more inner work. There was so much trauma and limiting beliefs and fears, and I had this subconscious pattern go on in my mind of a constant tape player telling myself I was less and I was not enough and I didn't deserve it. And while that was going on, it was like swimming against the tide. It was impossible and I was getting worn out. In my mind, I believed that I wasn't enough. I thought my dreams and plans make me who I am, and I was using what I did to define me and give me my value. As soon as I realized this, I stopped doing everything that I was doing and I started to work even more on myself. And I remember that there was this moment that I was making 100 calls a day, calling real estate agents and random people out of a phone book and people on Google, people I didn't even know, and nothing was working. And I remember telling myself this one day that I'm going to make 100 calls in a day, and if I don't, I'm going to sleep on the floor. And I made 93, and so I slept on the floor and I realized something had to change. I dug myself into this deep hole of visualization and manifestation, law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. For a full year, I dove myself deep into this mysterious world. And a year later, I was a completely changed man. From the outside, I might have looked similar, But from the inside, I had this connection to a deeper power to bend reality to my will. I knew I was going to achieve every goal that I set my mind to, and anything that I wanted to create in my life, I knew it had already happened before I even started. I took action, and this time, people started coming to me. I started working with more clients and helping them to quit their addictions, to heal trauma, to get rid of anxiety, to lose weight, to help people transform their relationships. I even started working with a lot more people in real estate and help them to grow their business and become better at what they did. And because I started to get so much experience, I started to learn new ways to work with people that were so impactful and so powerful that it started to create the foundation for what has now become neurotransformation therapy. This is a practice where I literally am able to rewire the neural pathways in your subconscious mind to change all of your emotions, behaviors, and habits for good. And all that became possible because I shifted my identity. I went from someone who believed they weren't good enough and didn't deserve to achieve their goals to someone who knew with every cell in their body that they had already had what they wanted in their mind and deserved everything they ever wanted. Now I will guide you to a 6-step method that I created that you can use to manifest anything you want in your life. And it's a reverse engineered process. And I'm going to start way back to step 1. Step 6, I want you to start with what is the result that you want in your life. It could be something in your health, something in your body, an amount of money that you want to earn, a certain career goal, maybe getting that relationship that you want. Write specifically that goal and write down when you want it to be achieved. When do you want this result to happen? For example, it could be 3 months from now. It is now 3 months from now, and I now have the dream partner of my life. Or it's 3 months from now, and I now have an extra $30,000 in my account. Write that result down. Now, step 5, working back. I want you to write down what are the 3 to 5 main actions, the 20% of those actions, they're the 20% of actions that would give you 80% of the results. What are those 3 to 5 actions? I want you to write them down. Then I want you to think of what would this person feel every day to achieve that goal. We're going to use this to attract vibrationally what you want. Maybe it's certainty, maybe it's confidence, maybe it's motivation, inspiration, or gratitude that it's already happened. Write down those feelings that you would have to commit to living to each day, and they're going to be your identities. I am certainty, I am confidence, I am motivation or inspiration. So now write down those feelings. Now with step 3, I want you to think of what is the potential that you need to access. Is it limited or unlimited? So I need you to write down unlimited potential, that I am unlimited potential. And now step 2, I want you to think of what are the beliefs or the meanings about yourself that you have to have in order to take those actions. Maybe you need to believe that I 100% deserve what I want in this life, or I am unstoppable, or I'm a tidal wave of power, or I'm a lightning bolt of certainties. And now step 1, write your current conditions. Maybe it's that you've got, or maybe it's single and you want to make your dream partner. Write down those current life conditions today and visualize that result, that is if it's already happened. And I want you to say to yourself, these emotions that you're embodying, these beliefs that you're embodying, and read the actions and schedule when you're going to take those 3 to 5 actions every single day. And if you commit to this for the next 90 days, you're going to see your reality completely transformed, and it will be unrecognizable to who you are today. I hope you take action on this and let me know how you go. And if you would like our personal help to implement this in your life, then just comment entity below and we can give you a form to apply for a call with us so we can support you to achieve these goals. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, leave a comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.